girl was reincarnated as the villainous noble girl in a game, but with her innocent and goofy personality, she ended up winning the crown prince's heart. However, because she knew what would happen in the future, she always believed that once she disappeared, the prince and the game's heroine could finally be happy together. To her, the upcoming graduation ball would be the end of her fate. But Jenny had overlooked one thing. The person the crown prince loved had always been her. He was even planning to propose to her at the graduation ceremony. As for what the game's heroine might try to do, the prince had already made his move in advance. Now he was only waiting for her to walk right into his trap. Because the news had been deliberately kept from her, Jenny knew nothing about any of this. When her name was called on stage, she panicked inside. She thought the prince was about to publicly call off their engagement. Before she could think any further, the prince announced that she had committed a serious crime. Jenny was about to argue back, but unexpectedly, the prince covered her lips with his hand. Then he said her crime was making him wait 2 more years before she could graduate, and during that time, the two of them would have to live apart. So as punishment, the prince wanted Jenny to become his wife as soon as she graduated. This sudden turn of events caught Jenny completely off guard. The tragedy she had imagined never happened. Instead, what waited for her was the prince's proposal. Just as the prince was about to have everyone witness it, a voice suddenly interrupted him. It was the true heroine of this game world. She publicly accused Jenny of bullying other students in secret. She also claimed Jenny had tried to push her down the stairs yesterday, but the prince had already prepared for this. He said Jenny had been with him all day yesterday, so she had no time to commit the crime at all. The heroine was instantly left speechless, so she shifted the blame to Jenny bullying other classmates. She wanted everyone to stand up and testify, but what she never expected was, the people who usually complained with her all lowered their heads at that moment. They stood there without moving at all. This left the heroine frozen in shock. Then she turned her accusation toward Jenny's father. She even presented evidence that he had colluded with nobles, because in this country, the daughter of a criminal could never become the future queen. But what she did not know was, that this was only something that happened in the original storyline, because Jenny had reincarnated into this world. Her father had never gone down that path. The reason the heroine never noticed was because this was a trap set by the prince. He publicly stated that Jenny's father was actually an undercover agent planted by him. All of those exchanges were part of his mission. In an instant, the heroine became the one guilty of slander. Just as she was about to be taken away by the guards, the heroine stopped hiding the fact that she was also reincarnated. She had clearly triggered every major event from the game's plot, but she still could not understand why the prince's final choice was the villainous noble girl. In despair, she screamed out the original storyline like a madwoman. Only if the two of them ended up together could the crown prince regain the feelings that truly belonged to him. As long as the crown prince kissed her, a mark would appear on her body as proof. To everyone else, these words sounded absurd and ridiculous. Only Jenny understood that everything she said was true. That made her expression turn a little lonely. The prince noticed it immediately, so he ordered the guards to take the heroine away. But because the heroine struggled so violently, an accident happened. The window above them suddenly shattered. The glass was about to fall right onto the two of them. Their contracted spirits immediately rushed over to protect their masters. They used magic to block the glass, and the one who attacked them was none other than the heroine's contracted spirit of light. To help its master, it had actually chosen to burn its life force and launch one final attack. To protect Jenny, the prince stood in front of her and collapsed from a serious injury. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself in a strange space of consciousness. Time had gone all the way back to his childhood. It was the day he and Jenny first met. At this moment, he had forgotten